deep industry knowledge in research development, business strategy, HR solutions, and more. And you know something, we remain the overall best business promotion and consultancy service organization awarded by the AGI, that's Association of Ghana Industries, in 2024 at the Ghana Industry and Quality Award. MGA Consulting is committed to delivering excellence in all aspects of our consultancy services. Therefore, you don't want to miss out on all our services. You can visit our pages and then we will serve you better. With me here, I am Alberta Bisiu Ansong, and then we have with us the host, who is in the person of Michael Abbiw. Let me tell you something small about Michael Abbiw, who is the CEO of MGA Consulting Gh Ltd. He is an accomplished enterprise development marketing services and strategy expert. Therefore, you don't want to miss out on all our services. You can visit our pages of professional experience we will in key areas of sales and marketing. With me here, I am Alberta Bisiu Ansong, customer service excellence. We have with us the host, who is strategy development of execution and market research. Let me tell you something small about Michael. He is also the president, the CEO of MGA Consulting Gh Ltd. He is an accomplished enterprise development, marketing services and corporate strategy from the Methodist University. He also has MPhil Business Administration, Human Resource Management from the Kwame Nkrumah University of Science and Technology. He's an adjunct lecturer at the Methodist University, and I said again, the chief executive officer of this same institution that is organizing the Dialogue Series today. He's also executive director for Supreme Trust Insurance Brokers and Limited. And then he's also a lecturer at the Ghana Insurance College. Mr. Michael Abbiw is a fellow with Institute of Directors Ghana, and he's also a fellow for the Chartered Institute of Leadership and Governance. He's a board director for Telecel and Securities Insurance Brokers, among others. I'm happy to welcome you, sir.
Thank you very much, Alberta. I don't know if you can hear me.
We can hear you loud and clear at my side. I believe everyone can hear you too.
Yes, and great to be with you today.
Okay. Like you do it always. I know today is also going to be exceptional.
Thank you.
Moving forward, I'll introduce our special guest, and he's in the person of Guillaume Valence, and he's the CEO of Advans Savings and Loans. He has been the CEO and MD since May 2024. He has over 2 decades of experience in the financial services industry across Africa, Europe, and Asia. Guillaume possesses professional skills in business development, risk management, digital transformation, financial analysis. He's also passionate about team building and management, culture transformation, and capacity building. Before joining Advans Ghana in May 2024, Guillaume served as the CEO of Advans Pakistan MFB, Advans Lafayette MFB in Nigeria. He has also held senior management positions with other Advans subsidiaries. He's also experienced in startup ecosystem in France and the real estate industry. He's passionate about entrepreneurship. Guillaume balances strategy and execution to deliver excellent value. Hi, Guillaume. You're welcome. We will hear from Guillaume very shortly in this our conversation. He'll be with us throughout this conversation, and I believe it is going to be a wonderful one because this topic is very interesting, and I'm so excited you are here today. By the time you leave here, you will have so much to take home and also know the step in the future of work. Also, moving forward, I'd want to share some housekeeping rules which will help us which will help us have a very smooth conversation. But before I start, I want to let you know that we are going to have a conversation. This is going to be very conversational enough. So if you have any question, please put it in the comment section on all our social media platforms, whether you are joining from LinkedIn, Instagram, or Facebook, wherever you send your message, we are going to have that, and then our special guests and hosts will answer accordingly. So thank you and enjoy this conversation. I will kindly hand over to our hosts so that we have this smooth conversation on the future of work, trends shaping the modern workplace. Thank you.
Okay. 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 So thank you very much, Alberta, and I want to say a very good afternoon to all our listeners. I hope that we are ready for an exciting time today. Already, I think we have about 82 of us here online. Guillaume, can you hear me? Hello, Guillaume. So let me first start off by introducing, before Guillaume is able to connect, I think it's having some connection issues. Alberta, if you can hear me, kindly resend the link to Guillaume. Kindly do that. So today we want to talk about the future of work. And it's such an important topic because it's a major issue that keeps coming. No matter the topic that you treat in the training room, you always would have one person or the other, asking about how do we manage our current employees? How do we get them excited? How do we get them to stay? How do we navigate the current environment? Do we also get ourselves involved in the work from home? And how does it impact the bottom line? How do we monitor our workers? And it has been key and pertinent issues that has been on the table of many, many leaders. And I guess that a lot of them are here today. And today we would be looking at the trends that are shaping the modern workplace. What are some of the new things we need to start looking at? Guillaume, if I have you, then I can start. But if not, then I would be sharing some basic statistics with you. A study done by Gartner in 2024, just last year, is saying that 82% of companies' leaders plan to allow remote work in their workplace for some time. And so the question has always been that how do we localize such a trend here in Ghana? Based on our cultural and behavioral attitudes towards work, how do businesses become comfortable in allowing employees to work from home, and how do they manage the effectiveness of these environments? And we'll be discussing, many of these things, and I'll be putting these questions to our guest today, Guillaume. And if we have him, do we have Guillaume now? So if we have him, these are some of the things that we'll be looking at. We'll also be looking at what is the modern workplace. When we talk about modern workplace, in today's context, for instance, if you look at modern workplace 2 years ago, the definition would have been different from when you are asking for modern workplace today. And probably modern workplaces can also change or will change when we are looking at the modern workplace in the next 2 years. So we would be looking at the environment of seeing what is modern workplace and what are the things that would come to play when we are looking at modern workplace. We have conversations around remote work. We have conversations around providing digital tools. We are talking about workplace ambience. We are talking about modern ergonometrics, and we are talking about employee autonomy. How does all this feed into, our understanding of how the modern workplace should be? We'll be talking about some, statistics also from the World Economic Forum and their report on future of jobs, which indicates that 44% of workers' skills will be disrupted within the next 5 years. So a number of the trade that we apply, the things that we do, would be shifted from us to digital environment. How do we cope with that? And these are questions that you have many organizations as well as employees asking, what would the future be like for us? Do we have Guillaume now? So if we have Guillaume, I think, okay, Guillaume is still muted. David, can you please unmute? Let me see. There's a lot of else's, so hello, David. Listeners, please give us a moment whilst we resolve this problem. So if we can rename the machine that Guillaume is using, if you can rename it, we can be able to also identify which one is exactly Guillaume. So a new link has been sent, if we can look at that. So as I go through some of the things we'll be looking at, we would also be looking at technology, AI, and how human-centric work design is playing a role in the future of work. We would not only look at the future of work within the environments of technology, but we would also be looking at purpose, the culture, and then the employee brand or the employer branding processes and how it is now or it is going to play a role. Now you have a lot more employers who are seeking to present themselves as employers of choice and being able to attract the best of the best within the workforce. We would have discussions on that. And then we would be ending with our preparations for what is next. What is it that we ought to do in this very quickly changing environment? How can organizations stay flexible? How can they build strategies that would make them relevant for tomorrow? And we'll be looking at all these things. David, the room is full, so can we get some people off so that if Guillaume is trying to enter, he would be able to? So listeners, I apologize. I think we are still trying to get Guillaume to connect, our host to connect, and that is why there's a bit of delay. I am sure we should be able to get him to join pretty much shortly.
Exactly, you say we are getting Guillaume to join with some technical issues, which we are working out pretty fast here.
Okay, as we wait also, I would want to invite all of us to our upcoming National Sales Leaders Conference. The National Sales Leaders Conference is becoming, or it is the biggest mouthpiece for salespeople across the country. And this year, we are seeking to bring together over 2,500 sales leaders across the country, from various sectors of the economy to come and discuss the future of sales. This would happen from the 19th to the 21st of August. That is just next month. And tickets are fast selling out. It is a 3-day event. We are having over 24 sessions with 60 different panelists. We would have panel discussions, we have workshops, and we have seminars. And we are going to have topics that are ranging from women in leadership, in sales leadership, through finance, banking, construction and industry. We would have topics concerning media sales, health sales, insurance sales, and various environment. So don't miss out. It's going to be from the 19th to 21st of August. Check all our social media handles. It's happening. We are fortunate to be having the Chief of Staff of the President of Ghana, Honorable Julius Deborah. That would be our special guest of honor. He's going to be an ardent supporter of the sales and marketing profession. And he is very excited to be with all of us. We have the Commissioner for Insurance also going to be one of our keynote speakers who is going to be with us. And you should watch out. There are several speakers. When you check on our various social media pages, you will see various speakers. Professor Ebo Henson will be there and will be speaking. Isaac Juma will be there, will be speaking. We've hosted him on this platform before. We have Maxwell Dodd from Orange coming, who would also be there. And we're going to have a lot of presenters, 64 of them from various fields.
Good afternoon, Mr. Michael.
William, we thank God. We thank God you are here with us.
Yeah, that's
And
very
apologies
important.
for the technical hitches. I'm sure we still have a good time. It's 3:23. We still have a good time to have a meaningful discussion. Are you
Since
ready
I
to
cannot
start?
start my camera, so you have the sound, I think, but
Yes.
don't have
Yeah.
the image.
Okay.
You have to allow me to share my video if you want to see me.
Yes. So I think maybe we can start the conversation whilst the IT people solve that at the back for us, right?
Sure.
Okay, thank you, thank you. And you are welcome to the MGA Dialogue series. And thank you for spending time with us. We know that you are very busy, but you are here to share some ideas. So if you are good to go, I would want to, take your initial comments. The future of work. What do you think is the future of work?
Thank you, Michael. And first of all, thank you, Michael and Alberta, for the opportunity to speak, and as well as the audience for your participation. Medace, I would say. It's not an easy topic. I would say my first remark would be that we need to stay humble in the face of these changes, and approach these changes with a learning spirit. So accept to try, accept to learn, and accept to fail, so that we can actually embrace the changes. So I'm not here to give responses. I think it's a discussion, and I think we need to stay humble in the face of these changes. Now, this inspired me two major reactions. The first one is linked with all the subtopics that you have already touched briefly. Is the fact that this transformation is driven by many, many different trends. If you look at our different markets, and not only in the financial space, technology, AI are really reshaping clients' expectations and user experience. And I think that this really challenges us, as service providers, our products, our processes, and even the relevancy of some of the players. So I would say that there are some forces happening in the market, and at the same time, expectations from the workforce are also changing very fast. If you remember, during COVID and post-COVID came this topic about remote work, more flexibility. We've tried it. I think some of us really, really went very far on that, and we came back. Um, um, Another element is the fact that if you look at our workforce, more and more people are not ready to wait, are no more ready to spend one life in a same company. We see some jumping behaviors, and people want to grow very fast. Another change is, of course, around the well-being, and I think I will be very happy to talk a lot about that, because we also see that sometimes this well-being notion leads to a lot of side effects if we don't really understand it very well. So I would say these are a lot of different trends that we see at Advans as opportunities to evolve, transform the business model, and embark with us our staff. But these changes are here to stay. So that would be my first point. Many trends that drive this change. And my second point is maybe a beginning of an answer to that, and that has to do with leadership, because we are convinced that, of course, these trends are here. They are here to stay. They push us, and they challenge us. But people do not follow AI. I continue to believe that people relate with a vision. People need to be engaged. People need to be inspired by leaders. So beyond the solution we bring to these changing trends, we are convinced that fundamentals remain a clear vision, a clear direction, strong values, common behaviors, and that is what brings us together and makes us want to achieve something together. So we need to embrace the change, but I think we should not forget the fundamental. That would be my initial comment, Michael.
Thank you very much. It's quite interesting, and I don't know if our listeners are writing, taking notes, especially those of us in leadership. Yeah, now we have you.
Yeah. Good to see you.
That's good. Yes, good to see you. And already I have a whole page. Just put your introductory remarks. I have a whole page already written, and I would encourage those who are listening also to take notes and try to learn from these discussions. And once we open also the communication channels, also we want to get feedback from them. It's interesting the things you talk about, and generally you started off with technology and AI, and that's where like two lines, but everything else come back to the basics, as you describing it, attitude of staff. They want to dream big, they want to grow fast, flexibility at the workplace and all. What would you then say is the modern workplace? How would you describe the modern workplace? How should it look like? I want to take notes as a CEO. How should my workplace be like in these modern times?
Again, a vast question, and maybe let me just say that I also want to learn during this discussion. We, of
Yes.
course, share my view.
Yes.
Maybe I should first very shortly introduce Advans Ghana so that people can relate with some of the examples
Yeah,
we
rightly
had
so.
during our
Rightly so.
discussion.
Yeah,
So
rightly so.
I will be very short. Advans Ghana is the Ghanaian subsidiary of Advans Group, an international microfinance group. We provide financial services, deposits, savings, loans, insurance to MSMEs in Ghana. And
Yeah.
we serve currently 135,000 clients in the country, 19 branches, 650 staff. So that gives you an idea about what is HR for Advance. I usually say that microfinance is a HR business. We have
Yeah.
a lot of staff on the field. 85% of our staff are in the branches. And I will maybe end by saying that, just to give you an idea, we disburse around 1,500 loans every month for 85 million Ghana cedi. So we need systems, process in place, but that's not enough. Of course, we need to drive performance and people.
Mm.
So to come back to your question around what is the workplace, modern workplace for us, I would say, first when I hear modern workplace, I'm visualizing it.
Yeah.
So beyond modern furnitures, I'm thinking about a place that breaks the walls, breaks isolation, foster collaboration. I would even go further to some extent, try and fight Zoom and Teams so
Mm.
that we bring people together.
Yeah.
And then maybe I will touch 2 or 3 points that are very important for us. I think the modern workplace um, uh, is based on an implicit agreement between the organization and the people.
Mm.
That is that I'm interested in outcomes and results.
Yeah.
And as a counterpart, I'm ready to give you flexibility,
Mm.
a people-first culture,
Yeah.
respect,
Mm-hmm.
trust,
Mm.
autonomy.
Yeah.
And we believe that this is the very basic so that we develop a sense of ownership in
Yeah.
our people so they can deliver results
Mm.
and performance. I think this is a kind of an implicit agreement. And at the end of the day, I don't really care about the working time. What I'm interested in is the results,
Mm.
alignment with the values, the
Mm.
behaviors, and I'm ready to give some flexibility for you to achieve that. I think that's I would say the implicit agreement when I try to imagine what a modern workplace
Will look
is.
like. Mm.
That's the first point. Second point, well-being and inclusion at the center of the organization.
Mm.
We talk a lot about mental health. psychological safety. We think that this is the precondition so that people can not only perform but also grow within the organization and deliver. And the third point is something I've touched already in my introduction, and I think it's the most important. That is what is really solidifying all that, which are the values, the vision, and the behaviors that are linked to this vision and values.
Okay. Uh, you know, I want us to take it one by one. And one key thing that comes to mind when we look at the whole modern workspace environment is the concept of remote work. And in your introductory remarks, you said that, oh no, we've been there, we've done it. And I guess you've returned back to, the old systems. But so have I, and I'm sure that a lot of organizations are even now trying to understand the environment of how do we make this work from home, successful. It has its advantages, even for the organization, because there are some of our staff that is traveling 2 hours to work and 2 hours back, and that is 4 hours of productivity that is lost. Apart from that, we are looking at the cost involved in these trips and the risks involved in these trips. And so there are obvious advantages. How can our modern, leaders and modern environments localize this work from home trends and make it work within, for instance, our cultural environment?
I was in Pakistan at the time of COVID.
Yeah.
And the lockdown in Pakistan lasted for almost 8 months. So
Okay.
it was very challenging. At this time, the key objective of the bank was to maintain the link with the clients,
Yeah.
and you don't maintain the link with the client from home. That's very difficult in our space, actually. So when we talk about work from home,
Mm,
we have to make some distinctions between client-facing positions
mm,
and some other positions that are probably more in support of the core business. And
mm,
that's why, for me, there is no one-size-fits-all solution when it comes to this kind of flexibility. And it's really about engaging our people
mm,
to be able to design something that's sustainable over time. All the companies that have gone very far on the work from home during
mm.
COVID, a lot of them have come back like 100% because they
Yeah.
were used, because people missed the human bond,
Yeah.
because productivity went down, and we all tried at this time.
Mm,
But I think some of the lessons we learned, and here I'm sure the audience can even complete, because I will probably forget some of them.
mm,
What we've learned is that we need to meet physically.
mm,
At one point, we need to have interactions.
mm,
Secondly, um, in many businesses, and
mm,
particularly when it comes to a microfinance business, we cannot succeed if we don't have physical interaction with our clients,
mm.
particularly when it comes to a loan monitoring. That's very difficult.
Yeah.
Um, the third one is probably around the implicit agreement I talked about earlier,
Mm,
because it's okay to give flexibility. And I think your example is very true. We have a lot of people spending a lot of hours coming to the office and commuting back to their home,
mm,
and we need to find some solution. So as much as we are ready to give flexibility, what do we put in place to make sure that this agreement is still valid with this flexibility. So again, I don't think that there is one size fits all solution. I think that it's the work of management and HR really to engage with the different layers of staff, different positions, different constraints. So we can meet halfway
Yeah.
when it comes to the employer and the employee. So maybe one other comment I would make here, and I would make the link with the Gen Z. I think you mentioned it as well. I think we also have preconceived ideas on the expectations of staff. So yes, they want flexibility. You know, we started a work specifically on Gen Z because we are launching a huge NSS recruitment strategy.
Yeah.
And we want to prepare armies of managers for the future for
Yeah.
Advans because we are
Yeah.
growing fast. And of course, the NSS are Gen Z.
Yeah.
So we had these preconceived ideas that these guys don't want to go on the field. They don't want to work long hours.
They are lazy.
They are
They are not
lazy, etc.
serious.
So we got some interns,
Yeah.
Gen Z themselves, working
Yeah.
on that topic. And we have
Mm.
quite a number of NSS in the system. So
Yeah.
we engage with them.
Yeah.
And the major conclusion we learned out of it is that
Mm.
these guys want to go on the field, they want
Yes.
to work, but
Yes.
they are saying, in essence, I will be a bit shocking here, but in essence, what they are saying is that, look, my old colleague
Yes.
is performing within 8 hours a day, maybe more.
Mm-hmm.
Me, I can do the same job in 5.
Yeah.
So allow me to perform in 5 hours. I'm not afraid of going on the field, but I want flexibility.
Yeah.
And I think this is where, you know, we would gain a lot in really engaging with our staff to really understand the expectations because we sometimes are wrong about them.
Yeah.
So we can adapt
Mm.
along the way, and that goes with
Mm.
the work from home topic that you mentioned earlier.
And honestly, when it comes to the whole environment and idea about the Gen Zs and how we are managing them and whether and the impressions we have with them, I sort of agree 100% with you on the thing on the point that it's possible that we are not looking at it effectively, or we are having also from our side some preconceived mindset about them, and then or we are not creating that type of work environment that allows people like them to be able to thrive. A shift from looking at how many hours you're working to the focus of work. But just to conclude on this remote work, it's an interesting thing that, for instance, I found in my work. There are others when you ask them to work from home, they will be in the market, they will be doing other things, and productivity will fall. But there are also another group of people that you realize that productivity is increased. And generally they even work more. They wake up in the morning and they are on the systems and they are working and they are producing. And I found this trend where now you want those good ones to stay home, work from home, and I'm happy for you to work from home. And yes, so they want to come to the office. So it's like, yeah, it's good, work from home. And they are saying we want to come to the office. You spoke a bit about it in terms of they want to, the association, they want to belong there. But what else is coming into space when we look at these things? So that as employers, we don't come across as if we don't like work from home. But sometimes our considerations of all these things is what is helping us create that modern workspace.
Yes, you're right. I think what makes so the big question is how you select your people,
Yeah.
and I will repeat one key word for me. It's ownership.
Mm.
So clearly, the staff that will have this kind of commitment, I would say towards the company value, vision, direction, uh, will deliver. Will deliver probably in less time than others, and with good flexibility.
Yeah.
But the thing is that at recruitment stage, it remains quite difficult to assess behavior.
Yeah.
In We at Advance, we have quite an extensive recruitment and selection process,
Yeah.
ranging from test, group interviews, individual interviews, and we have then 6 weeks training and exposure to the job. So at the end of this period, we are able to identify those who will not align. I'm not
Yes.
saying that they are not good, but we will not align with the way we want to work.
Mm.
But still, we miss quite a number of them. So
Yeah.
I don't have the solution here. I think
Yeah.
it's uh,
It's
it's, a- it's a
something we have
learning
to
curve.
work on together.
Yes,
Good.
exactly.
I will come to one critical question, and that is about leadership. And the question is whether or not this whole environment of being able to create that working space that meets modern standards. Is it a question of leadership? Is it a question that leadership is not learning enough, it's not evolving, it's not enough, it's not getting themselves to understand the current environment enough so as to innovate and create that working environment that we need?
I,
What
I
role does leaders play?
Yeah, I really think that when I talk about leadership, I'm really talking about the management team.
Yeah,
So I think it's really the capacity of the management team to um, interact regularly with both clients and
mm,
staff
yeah,
that makes the organization evolve. If I take some example, we manage a network of 19 branches.
mm,
And when you go on a branch tour, this is where you make the biggest decisions, because most of the feedbacks are coming from the people on the field.
yeah,
And it tells you one thing, that we as a management team, we can meet, we can think, we can have nice ideas, but ultimately for them to be connected to the real life of our clients and our people, you need to interact, you need to have feedback.
mm,
So I really think that so management is here to uh, ensure that everybody is aligned with the vision, that the vision is very clear for everyone, that the direction is very clear for everyone.
yeah,
Of course, we can build that together, but
mm,
if you are not in line with this vision and this direction, you know the door.
mm,
Um, I think that's really the bottom line. And then we have tools to make sure that uh, uh, we get this feedback. We recently developed an HR business partner approach,
yeah,
and I can tell you that this changes everything. It's extremely powerful.
yeah,
It's not easy to implement
mm,
because that means that you need to develop complementarity, flexibility at HR level.
yeah,
Uh, but basically, we have 19 branches. Now every branch has one person they can talk to about anything uh,
HR,
at HR level,
yeah,
uh, be it compensation, be it incentive, be it HR policies, be it work from home, be it whatever. And I can tell you that the amount of information we
mm,
we are getting from that in terms of qualitative information. So what's happening behind your turnover figures? This is gold information. And I think it's really a tool for management to be able to adapt, be more flexible, and make the right decisions.
Okay. In line with that, I want to also ask this. I was before we started the discussion, I was talking about World Economic Forum's study that they did, the Future of Jobs report in 2023. And it indicated that 44% of the workers' skills will be disrupted within the next 5 years. Now, the big question is this. Everybody know AI is disrupting general technology environment is disrupting the workspace and the skills needed to do jobs. Now we are having a lot of softwares and platforms that can do some jobs. Now, for instance, if you go to the accounting environment, when it comes to reconciliations, there are softwares that are effectively executing those things. Now, the question is that how are we basically redefining the roles and also the hiring strategies that now does not focus on what degree a person has or what titles they have, but how evolving and their learning culture, their learning behavior that makes them more relevant within our organizations, in the future. How do we hire? How do we build them in a way that makes them ready for the future of our work?
Yeah, well, for me, the question is really, well, for each company, the future is going to be different. If you take the microfinance space, for example, we are digitizing our core processes, onboarding, and for people, onboarding, offboarding, selection, performance monitoring. We are digitizing virtually everything. When it comes to our core business, we think that in the next probably 5 to 7 years, we should be able to automatize a lot of credit decisions. Right now, I said 85% of our workforce are on the field. A lot of them are client relationship officers. And to make a credit decision, you need to interact with the client. You need to ask questions. Because these clients are very informal. So we will ultimately find a way to automate 60, 70, 80% of our decisions. But this is the I would say this is the medium-term picture. So if you don't have that very clearly in your mind, it will be very difficult to set up a strategy of work transformation and recruitment strategy. So what's the target you are looking at in terms of how your core business will evolve thanks to technology and for us scoring and artificial intelligence? I think this is really the first step. Then the second step is how do I evolve toward this goal in my strategic orientation for 2026, 2027, etc., etc. And this will be done progressively. No, I will just illustrate something.
But sorry to cut you. Are we recruiting for this future? Are we recruiting for this future, or we are recruiting for now? Because I'm thinking based on what you're saying that employers, leaders, HR people should start thinking about recruiting for that future. So looking at people who will be relevant in that future. Because if not, your numbers go to 1,000, and then we start automating, and then we need to cut the numbers down to, let's say, 500. But then if we are recruiting people who would be relevant even when we get to that environment. So for instance, I was reading a report recently that said that now every single role must have a technology, so everybody must know how to code. So even if you're recruiting a marketer, you're looking for a marketer that knows how to code. And at that time they were, I was being advised that even as a CEO, I need to start learning how to do basic coding. Are we recruiting these people, or that is not necessary?
You know that you don't need to know how to code today. So, with AI can code for you.
Yeah.
AI can code for an app creation for you. But what I take from your reaction is that I think the first step is probably again having a long-term vision on how our work will evolve, and probably yes, recruit some specialists right
Mm,
now
mm,
so that they can help us uh, build the next immediate steps toward this transformation.
yeah.
But in terms of immediate recruitment, we have immediate needs. And let me just tell you a story of Advans. We have right now a lot of mobile tellers. So these people are collecting money on the field.
Mm,
Uh, we recently had, through our HRBP, a feedback from these mobile tellers that they are afraid they will lose their job because
mhm.
now clients can transact through their smartphone,
Yeah.
Momo, and
Mhm.
the My Advance
Yes.
application.
Yeah.
And that was very interesting to hear that, because
Mm,
actually, if you look at it, first of all, their job is not at all in danger in the short term. Go to
mm,
Kumasi and see how much people are transacting in cash, and you
yeah.
understand that their job is not at risk at all over
Yeah.
there. Nevertheless, having this feedback tells us, okay, we have very good resources.
Mm,
They know our clients so well. So
mm,
how do we start now preparing them for this shift? Because it will happen maybe not in 1 or 2 years, maybe in the next 3 to 5 years. So
yeah.
we start building their skills towards credit assessment, client monitoring, etc. So we are trying to anticipate this movement. Now, thinking about core operations that are fully digitized
Yeah.
and we manage the operation at head office,
Mm,
we don't believe that will happen. We
mm,
believe that uh, we need to maintain a strong human relationship with our clients and
yeah.
with our staff. So
Mm,
transformation will happen. Maybe, yes, we won't replace some departing staff along the next 5 to 7 years,
yeah.
but that will respond to a transformation strategy that needs to have really a long-term view, not a
Mm.
short-term, in a hurry, I would say, hasty decisions.
Okay. So generally, that then leads to really the concept that now, even within the environment of the workplace and recruitment, we need to look at the transformation strategy. Where is the world going, and how are we recruiting and building our teams to be more relevant in the future of work? There is also one issue, and at my place, I had to actually call a meeting over it. Is this use of ChatGPT and all these various, AI platforms, which is becoming part of our everyday business environment. Is helping people to be able to execute tasks much more easier and faster. But today I had a training session this morning for some financial leaders, and an assignment was given, right? And you would see that we were getting the same answers across the various groups. And so, you see, the question now is that it's good to automate, it's good to use these tools, but how do we use them in a way within this modern workspace where we don't lose that personal human touch that is needed in executing some of our jobs in the market. Because sometimes if you had not used that and you have done a little bit of thinking and processing, your outcome would have been a bit diverse. And that would have given the organization a more diverse understanding of the matter and also a more diverse solution. How do we, for instance, use these things, especially in the environment of sales, customer service, employee interactions, in such a way that we don't lose that?
Yeah, I must say Advance is probably a bit late on this topic. Nevertheless, I know that particularly my marketing team uses ChatGPT quite a lot. And I think the secret, from what I understand, is really in the capacity to have very precise prompts. So again, for me, this is capacity building. You know, AI is here. People will use it. The question is rather, what do we do to ensure that people are using it right? And this is the only way is to train our people to use it right. You know, you can create an agent that respond automatically to your WhatsApp or whatever
Yeah,
social media. Either the agent will be very basic and take information from your website,
yeah.
respond to some question,
Mhm.
or you really work very specifically, precisely with very precise prompts. You imagine the business cases, the use cases, so that you anticipate responses, and based on this, your agent will have quite very tailored responses. So I think you're very right in the sense that many people, and I'm probably the first one, are using 2% of the possibility of AI, and the outcome is that you receive very standard responses and and probably very far from being satisfactory. But the response again is how we make sure that our people, be it on the field, be it on the marketing team, those who are interacting with the outside world, are trained so that they can make the most out of this tool because it's here, and they are going to use it.
Okay. Just by way of information, for instance, you have MIT Sloan did a study in 2024, for instance, that found that it's only 30% of those who use the AI tools actually report higher productivity. Only 30. And the 30 is based on training and having clarity on how to use these AI tools. So for instance, should Advance be considering, a training for staff on how to use AI? In resolving your issues. Because now it seems like we are shifting away from emotional intelligence and the other traditional, topics, to now saying that, what, we need to put on the agenda how to train our people to use AI so that they can be able to be part of this 30% that is getting higher productivity, using these tools.
Uh, you know, this is the, I think I will come back to the most important topic for me, which is engagement, values, behavior, vision, because ultimately you can train your people on whatever you want.
Mm,
We have very good example at Advance. We introduced scoring to automate our renewals.
mm,
Now 40% of our loans the decision of 40% of our 1,500 loans every month is automated.
mm.
So you expect that this translated to increased productivity.
Yeah.
The reality is that it's not the case.
Okay. Okay.
And it's not the case simply because, you know, it's again, you are managing people.
Yeah.
So how to drive productivity? It's making a clear link between performance and
Mm,
reward.
yeah.
It's performance monitoring, it's people engagement, it's celebrating the performance.
Yeah.
It's you know, So I'm sure tomorrow I do this training to my people. Maybe we will find very good responses from the AI,
Yeah,
very tailored, very relevant for the client, but it will
yeah.
not, of course, translate it into increased productivity. So these are tools, and I think it's very important we keep in mind that these are only tools, and they
Yeah.
will never replace vision, engagement, and I would say the culture you are building in your company to foster performance.
So that takes me to one of the most important questions I want to ask you, and that is, the environment of people, purpose, environment of culture, and environment of employer branding. How we are making ourselves as employers relevant in the modern working environment, in the modern work environment, so that employees would want to work with us or would choose and select. And when I talk about employees, the people we are recruiting today are those what we call the Gen Zs and the millennials. These Gen Zs are looking for work-life balance. They are looking for vision and purpose. They are looking for an environment of flexibility. And these are people who like to, take chance. How do we build a workplace that would attract these people and keep them?
Um,
And just before you come in, I want to announce that it's 4 o'clock, so we are open to questions. If you have any questions or comments, you can put it in the chat area. As Guillaume, attacks our Gen Zs and millennials, and how we can make them relevant and we can be able to keep them. Please keep your questions coming in, and we would attempt. And like Guillaume said, we are all here to learn. So we'll take your comments also, but we'll attempt to answer some of these questions. And Guillaume, we've had questions that looks like a PhD thesis, but I hope today they become easy on us. So thank you. We're happy, and we'll be taking your questions and comments. So Guillaume.
yes, Michael. Again, we I don't think I have the magic recipe here.
Yeah.
Nevertheless, we've done quite well over the last 12 months in Ghana, and I must say that our people in Advans Ghana
Mm,
are extremely responsive to engagement.
mm,
Um, so I think we think that what keeps young talents goes really beyond compensation. Uh, um, we put in place an exhaustive roadmap, HR roadmap. Uh, um, Compensation was, of course, one element. I would say that the first important point for me is to ensure that our interests are aligned, especially when you have commercial teams. They are running after targets. Uh, their target should be your target. If
yeah.
not, you generate a lot of side effects.
Mm,
And I can give you a lot of examples of. So that means that you need to understand how your people think,
mm,
what makes them run. And I think that's extremely important.
mm.
Um, it's key to really foster a two-way communication so that you get feedbacks.
Yeah.
Uh, in advance, we have a staff engagement survey every 2 years, and we just launched pulse surveys every semester.
Mm,
So we get feedback on questions such as the confidence in the management,
mm,
the alignment with the mission, the vision, the relationship with the line managers.
yeah.
So we can really, take the pulse. This is the I think the objective.
Mhm,
We've implemented branch managers workshops on a quarterly basis. And we have 19 branches. This is extremely important for us to ensure alignment and to make sure that you go to any branch and you ask, what are the key 4 pillars of strategic orientations for 2025? And everybody is able to relate to that. So that's extremely important. So regular staff meetings, etc. I talked quickly about celebrating achievements, celebrating people, putting light on success stories, and we have so many success stories among our staff. HRBP is very powerful for you to regularly revise and improve people policies. I think that's very important. Give people perspectives and reasons to stay. I was saying earlier that people are not ready to wait and see. So what we are working on right now, we have launched a talent program end of last year. And what we want to launch in parallel is what we call a job map. So basically, I join Advans. I'm here. I want to become a branch manager. I know that it will take me 2 years to get here with this and that precondition, 3 years to get there, and in 8 years, I will become a branch manager or something like that. So we owe people transparency on how they can grow with us. I think this is very important. And I would say the rest is really about that there is no secret. You need to engage. You need to be on the field. You need to listen. And if I believe that if people realize that there is a clear link between performance and reward, and they understand the leverage they have towards reward, and reward can be a lot of things. It can be pay, it can be bonus, it can be promotion, it can be recognition. I really think that you create the environment where everybody is having fun, actually. That's the objective, is having fun and wants to perform.
And I need to admit that your corporate slogan, for instance, talks about growing together, which is quite instructive. And I had the opportunity of meeting your talents, but what I'm happy about and it's a refreshing conversation with you. I think that was a good selection because my mindset has always been that instead of looking at the millennials and the Gen Zs as a problem, we rather should look at the organizations and leadership. And then ask ourselves that very important question: what is it that we need to do in order to be able to keep and sustain these Gen Zs within our workplaces? And I think that you've done a good job to giving us some pointers, and I hope that we were listening. I have some 2 comments that we have. The first one is from Nana Optimistic. That is the name, and Nana says that, and I think Nana was, is referring to an earlier, statement I made about the National Sales Leaders Conference, where Nana was asking whether there would be certificates given during the conference. Nana, the answer is yes. Everybody that attended last year and participated in the sessions got certificates, and this year certificates would be issued to every single participant. Nana, we have 24 exciting topics, and I hope that you don't miss that. It's going to be exciting this year. And I hope that we can get Guillaume on one of the topics during the National Sales Leaders Conference this year. But Guillaume, there's a comment from Gabriel Boating, and this is also to tell everybody that you can bring or send your questions in if you have any question for us. And Gabriel Boating says that, thank you for this impactful session. I have been closely following your global trends following how global trends like AI adoption, remote work, and evolving leadership models are reshaping the modern workplace. In light of these shifts, my question is, what practical steps can early career professionals, and I'm sure he's referring to the Gen Zs and the millennials, take to stay competitive and contributing meaningfully in a future of work that demands both digital fluency and human-centered skills? And then he adds a thank you to it. So he's asking how, in light of all these environments, how would he, as a new entrant within a career professional, stay competitive and also contribute meaningfully to his organization?
Can I give you an example?
Yes, please. Yes, please.
I had my HR committee monthly a few days ago, and we were talking about some of the turnover figures. And my chief HR told me, look, Guillaume, we have some people leaving us
Yeah.
Because they don't accept criticism.
Mm.
So we have problems. We have things that we can resolve ourselves, and we don't
Yes.
say we are perfect. But she was highlighting the case of a lady that left because she said, and she had her in an interview, post-exit interview, to understand. And the lady said, "This is too much pressure. It plays on my mental health."
Yes.
While her manager just told her, "Look, this is not the methodology. This is how we do it, and we have procedures." Okay. So I think the first thing is, yes, you have a lot to bring as a millennial, as a Gen Z, you have a lot to bring because we old guys don't understand everything. I want to launch communication on TikTok to my client. I will
Yeah.
not be able to do it. I need you. I need you.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
But as you start your career, I think the first practical step is be ready to learn, is accept criticism,
Yes.
positive criticism, constructive criticism. I think that's really, really, really important. And if you may, Michael, we are talking about well-being earlier.
Yes.
I think well-being is very important. Benevolence is very important, but sometimes, and sorry, but particularly in Ghana, we are
Yeah.
very diplomat. We tend to avoid conflict at all costs.
Of course.
And sometimes we kind of mix well-being with absence of confrontation.
Yeah.
And I think this is not respectful.
Respect. Yeah.
And I think it's not constructive.
Yeah.
We can foster well-being by creating an environment where we should be able to tell each other what we think.
Yeah.
But we can all progress, exchange ideas, fight against ideas. It's good. It's good to fight.
Disagree. Yes.
Agree to disagree.
Yeah.
And I think this is very important. So I'm not saying that all Gen Z um, don't accept criticism, but we had these cases, multiple ones. And I think it's very important that we make effort
Yeah.
to create this environment where we can positively criticize.
Yeah.
And on the other hand, we have people that are open to learn, to grow, and to develop themselves. If they do that, they will bring us so many things about this new world and trends that Gabriel was talking about.
Okay. So Gabriel, I think it's clear. Come with an open mind, and Guillermo, I've had that challenge, where sometimes you want to mold somebody, you want to help, and you see a future, and what they see is that you are in their space. What they see is that why are you getting involved? And sometimes I have the difficulty where, it's a new concept, it's a new working environment, and we say that, okay, we're ready to teach you, but you come with your cup full already. You come that you know, and therefore, and so Gabriel and those that are listening to us, uh, it's important that you listen to such inputs. Come empty, come ready to learn, come ready to explore, come prepared, and also and be ready to give off a bit. And this whole environment about work from home, work-life balance, when you have not even contributed. Now, I have another Yvonne. Oh, okay. So Yvonne, a sister of mine, Yvonne Amma, are probably saying that I am glad I joined. I have learned a lot. How do we prepare Gen Zs to enjoy their work and grow from day one in their work entities? How do we prepare them to enjoy their work? And some of these things that we're talking about right now, do we train them? Do we take them through it at the beginning? And so Yvonne's question is, how do we prepare them?
We've recently reviewed our onboarding process
Mm.
to include a lot more of exposure.
Okay.
So, we used to have a structure where we have a lot of classroom training, a
Yes.
bit of exposure, not always too structured,
Mm-hmm.
responsibilizing the branches, to get the staff through the reality of the work.
Yeah.
And we realized that many people actually realized on the job that they did not want to do it on one hand. And on
Mm-hmm.
the other hand, we realized that we were ourselves creating a lot of frustration and dissatisfaction. So what we've done, and I think we are still trying to
Mm-hmm.
improve this onboarding process,
Yeah.
is that we really try now to mix theoretical approach and
Mm.
classroom training with field exposure, and not
Yeah.
just one after the other, but really
Mixing
alternate.
it at the same
Uh,
time.
exactly,
Mm.
exactly.
Mm.
And that's very useful because you've spent 1 week, 2 weeks on the field. You come back to the classroom, you can exchange ideas, what shocked you, and you can make an informed decision on, okay, do I want to do that or not? So I think we've done that
Mm.
relatively successfully, but it's really new.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe what we need also to improve is really clarify expectations from the employer from day one.
Mm.
The rules are very clear.
Yeah.
I think we owe this transparency to our people. So again, they know what's expected from them. They know where they can go also,
Mm-hmm.
or what perspective we offer them. And
Mm.
I think if you do that, you really create the environment where people will want to perform and strive.
This question about clarity and expectations brings me to one answer and one area where we're considering when it comes to the environment of how do we manage Gen Z. And if we take it from Yvonne's question also, is it also not that, you know, we're expecting too much too quickly from them? Is it not that we are not giving them enough time? Because it looks like we are measuring the Gen Zs based on how we were measured. We are expecting them to adapt as quickly as we adapted. And that could also be the problem. And therefore, the solution to make them enjoy their work is also to treat them with a level of flexibility so that you will give them the environment to grow into the position and love what they do. Would that answer be right?
Yes, certainly. But I said earlier we have to meet halfway. The thing is
Mm.
that when you recruit someone, you invest I'm not talking about the recruitment process. I'm talking really about the training, the exposure, 6 to 8 weeks. You know,
Yes.
this is a free training. During this time, our people are not productive, if I can say it like this. So I think it's in both interest, employer and employee, to uh, identify as early as possible whether we are going to go on this adventure together. Uh,
Okay.
so this exposure is key.
Mm.
And then, yes, meet halfway on probably this flexibility we were talking about.
Mm.
If you are able to perform, if we don't expect you to stay 8 hours in the office, etc., etc.
Okay. I have Idrisu Mubarak says that what is the date of the conference? Idrisu, the conference is starting from the 19th of August to the 21st of August. It's a 3-day conference, a sales leadership conference. And like I said, you should not miss it. It's going to be exciting. 24 different sessions, physical and online, and you should not miss it. And so that is that. I have a question, an input from Charles, also on Zoom. Charles says that thank you, Team MGA, for this insightful session. My question is, how are the trends like remote work, the use of AI, and the emphasis on employee well-being impacting the way organizations structure their teams, manage talent, and drive productivity in the workplace? So, in all these environments we are discussing, how do we structure teams, manage talent, and drive productivity? I think we've spoken a lot about these things, but is there anything else you want to add to Charles?
No, I think we've touched all of them. Maybe I will just reiterate the power of kind of an HRBP
Mm,
approach,
mm,
because so you get a lot of feedback. I think that's very important. So on the structure, that's quite powerful. When we talk about managing talent, I would reiterate the importance of giving perspective.
mm.
Giving perspective.
Clarity.
We have now pools of talent. So basically, we identify our performers and we
Mm,
start investing on soft skills.
mm.
Because a good officer is not necessarily a good team leader or a good manager. So
Yeah,
we have this gap. So managing talent is really about um, not getting your good people explode because your expectations are too fast, too much,
yeah.
particularly
Mm,
when it comes to management skills.
mm, mm,
And the last one on productivity, I think beyond performance management and management of non-performance, I
mm.
would really talk about ensuring that on a daily basis, people make this link between performance and reward, and
Okay.
all the sweet things you can bring to people's life when it comes to celebration and get
Mm.
together, which I think also is a driver for productivity.
Okay. I have Abednego Avo, who is also writing to us from LinkedIn. And Abednego says that how do you manage people who find it difficult to accept mistake and correction? So I think he's taking a stance. You cannot let them go. How do you manage them? They don't accept mistakes, and they are they find it difficult to accept mistakes and corrections. How do you manage them? These are the
Maybe
people we have.
maybe you will not like the response, but I think it's our duty to try again.
Mm,
Uh, Probably, if the person doesn't accept correction, there is a lack of alignment. I was talking about the alignment before, but if people understand the big picture, we are here to achieve something together.
mhm,
We respond to certain values, behaviors. I talked about that earlier. In a company like Advans, you cannot manage 650 people and over 100,000 clients without having rules, process, procedures, methodology, controls. That's not possible. So I'm ready to train you again. I'm ready to engage. I'm ready to listen to your ideas. If you have ideas and you tell me, okay, we can do the same, we can achieve the same in a more efficient way. But at one point, until the rule is the rule, until we change the rule, you have to respect it.
Yes, yes,
So
yes.
I will really try to get the most out of this person, because sometimes we have very good feedback, and I think we need to be open to that. But if the person is not ready to learn and change, or make the effort I'm making, at one point I will have to let this person go.
Okay, so there are a number of questions. I think I have one from Thomas Piedu, I have Walali, but we are again short of time, and we might not be able to take all the questions. I would want to appreciate everyone that is here and the questions you brought, and also apologize for the initial technical, hitches. But my team says that our time is up. And so I'll be looking at rounding up with you, but I want to ask you my last question. What's next? What should we do? What should be the role of HR? What should be the role of marketing? What should be the role of leaders in shaping the employee experience of the future? What is next? And that would be you running up for us.
Okay, thank you, Michael. It's difficult to answer to this question very concretely, but I think it's rather a mindset. What's next? Because we talk about the change. It's not as if we have to adapt and we'll be fine tomorrow. It doesn't work like that. And we've seen that the changes are actually accelerating. Agility, flexibility, it is no longer an option. It's really the new standard. And it's really how you organize your company. So it's constantly challenging its own organization, process, procedures, and practices. And that's true on the client side as well. It's true on the people side, it's true on the client side. So what do we put in place to always get these feedbacks? I repeat, HRBP is very powerful. Engagement, being close to the people, being close to the client. So we can permanently adapt, and that requires that we are humble, we try, we accept to fail, and we learn from our failures to fine tune and progress.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much, God. Thank you very much, Guillaume. I think it's been an exciting and it's a topic that would keep on running, the future of work. And what are the modern trends? What should we be looking out for? And I believe that as we all navigate this new environment, in fact, this environment that is not here, but we are preparing for, would be a lot of trial and errors. But it should also be an environment where we share ideas, and that is what we do here at MGA Consulting. And I want to encourage everybody that is here with us, that is listening to us, that be with us again next month. We will communicate back to you on the next date in which we are going to have the discussions. We will bring you discussions on various areas. I think I have next month we'll be looking at an interesting topic, and I hope the guys will be here to also listen in, because next month we are looking at women leading change, creating fair and an inclusive workplace. We'll be looking at how we can empower women to lead change, and then don't miss out. We'll announce who the speaker will be shortly on the various social media handles. I would encourage you to also look for the MGA handle, go to all our pages and be with us. But before Alberta, you come in, I want to talk about the National Sales Leaders Conference. I am the convener. I'm passionate about it. It's the future of work and it's the future of sales. And that is where the nation talks about sales. That is where the national conversation of sales would be. If you are an HR person, you are listening to us, don't let your sales team, don't let your leaders, the sales leaders, miss out on this. Your branch managers, your relationship managers, this is an environment they have to be. 3 days interacting with people like them across various sectors, various industries, and various leadership positions, and discussing various topics. It's going to be on the 19th to the 21st of August at the Accra International Conference Center from 9 a.m. each day and to 4 p.m. Get your tickets. Tickets are fast selling. Unfortunately, I have to let you know that the early bird ticket is ended. And so for individual tickets, it's going at 2,500 for 3 days of content. We're providing you with everything you're going to get at the conference, including your lunch. So we are not allowing you to go anywhere. We're going to give you all the things you need so you stay in and you benefit from every single session. It's 3 days, 2,500 per person. And for corporate persons, for a minimum of 10 participants, the price would be 2,000 Ghana cedi. Take advantage and let's meet at the National Sales Leaders Conference. And I guess, Alberta, we're going to have another session before the conference, right? Or it's going to happen?
Definitely.
Yeah, so we're going to have another session before the conference. And so thank you. And from us, thank you, Guillaume. And Alberta, I hand over to you.
Okay, thank you very much, sir. Like always, it has been very insightful. We've learned a lot, not only me, all of us online have learned a lot. And then we are now ready and prepared for what's ahead in the workspace. And then I believe all of us will try and meet halfway with our organization and ourselves as well, so that we can move forward in achieving the organizational success that we are looking for. Once again, thank you very much, Guillaume. And then thank you again, our very own CEO, who has always been available to ensure that we bring this to you. We are encouraging all of you to join our WhatsApp channel to have every information that you need about MGA Consulting. We have recruitments going on. We have, for instance, the NSLC coming up. And then we have our trainings as well, monthly trainings. You can't miss it. Advans had a taste of MGA Consulting, and if we are supposed to give Guillaume the opportunity, he'll tell you how you can't miss any training organized by MGA Consulting Ghana Limited. You can see our WhatsApp channel on your screen, scan the QR code, and get every information from MGA Consulting Ghana Limited. We are so excited to have you. Thank you to everyone who was able to take part of this webinar. We'll come to you once again next month, and it's going to be power-packed next month. We have NSLC going on, and we'll have another session going on. You can't miss out because it is going to be so impactful. Therefore, I encourage you to visit all our platforms on all our social media handles and register to be there. I'm going to be there, so I'll be personally looking out for you. Here we draw the curtains down. We shall meet next month. Thank you.